Camel, and I've done it. Meet a Dell, the XPS 2015 laptop review. What's the Dell XPS 15? As Dell say, it's the smallest 15-inch laptop ever made. It's a premium quality laptop with an excellent colour accurate screen designed for photo and video editing. But that's not all it does. It's also very capable of games, has a very small factor, and also very good battery life. Well, that's all just hearsay. Now for the scientific stuff. There's only one way to really tell how good this laptop is, and that's to give it to Backlit, our resident Camel computer tester, usually known for his brute intelligence. Here at Backlit, no, not like that. I mean, first up, what do we have inside? The brains are a Skylake 700 HQ at 3.5 GHz with 16GB DDR4 RAM. The storage is 512GB for Samsung NVMe drive. Well, that's a lot of fancy letters, but what does that actually mean? It's fast. Very fast. The screen's a 4K screen which can show 100% of colours on Adobe's painting palette. For us normal people, the colours look very pretty and are oddly colourful. What's putting these fancy colours on the screen? Well, it's usually nVidia's 960M graphics processor. And all these components have been supplied electrons by a rather large 84 Wh battery. All this stuff doesn't mean much by itself. Luckily, they've included this laptop with a backlit keyboard, albeit less the number pad, a glass seamless touchpad, which I gather to mean the buttons under the touchpad, and the button can be used over about 75% of the touchpad, not the top bit. And the cherry on top also includes a touchscreen, which could make it easier to navigate. No complaints here about any of the inputs. They are all of the highest quality and very clicky, soft and smooth in their appropriate areas. And finally, last but not least, ports. This comes with USB-C, Firewire 3, HDMI and an S card reader. Everything you could really want, unless you want DisplayPort. If you want a DisplayPort output, you could achieve this by getting a Firewire 3 to DisplayPort adapter. Backtrain's nearly finished his scientific experiments, but before we do that, there's a couple small issues with this laptop. I couldn't get mine to boost to 3.5 GHz Turbo Boost until I installed an Intel Turbo Boost program. Even after I did that, if I pulled the power out, it would drop down, and if I plugged the power back in, it wouldn't boost back up to 3.5 GHz. Also of note, if you don't install GeForce Experience, then go into settings and uncap the frame rate. FPS in games won't go over 30 frames per second by default, which can be a little bit annoying or difficult to figure out what's happening. Just take note of that. And finally, just in from BT himself, a whole bunch of numbers. Bam, 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 bam. Big flying ship. Flying ship, code of Flying Island. This laptop is a mouse. Well, not literally. It's just very quiet. Under normal use the fans are off, and under heavy load the fans sound like this. A laptop without the internet is a bit like a kangaroo with no hop. He's not going anywhere, and you won't be doing anything. Here we've got BNGYNFD AC 3x3, 1.3 gigabytes per second connection. However, my fastest Wi-Fi transfer speeds were 75 megabytes per second, which is actually insane for wireless. I like the keyboard on the Dell. I like that it's backlit, and I quite like how the keys feel. I was able to score about 40 words per minute. That's the same as I scored on my mechanical keyboard. And this is a very quiet keyboard as well, particularly compared to the mechanical keyboard. The battery life's pretty good. You can expect about 6 hours out of very light use, 3 to 4 hours out of moderate use, and probably less than 2 hours gaming. Without a doubt, my favourite part of this computer is the screen. It's sharp, really sharp, 282 ppi. Then there's the colours. It's just so colourful and makes photo editing a joy. Everything looks so real. I'll have to take Dell's word on 100% Adobe colour accuracy, because I can't test that, but the viewing angles are good. Oh, just a disclaimer, once you use this, everything else is a bit Flintstones. It was great then, but now we're the Jetstones. You're back, Batray. How'd it go?
Good.
There you heard it, straight from the camel's mouth.